Everyone is lying to you. Deadlock is way easier than you think. And I'm gonna prove it. This is my presentation. Deadlock is easy. Guide for noobs. Alright, so first let's look at the rank distribution. This is from last week, or the past 7 days, I'm not sure. Regardless, you can see that the lowest rank has way more players than anything else, which is not normal. This is not normal. In most games, they would at least be in like this pink or blue rank, you know? Yeah. This just tells me that the average player has no idea what they're doing. And let's fix that. So the first thing you have to do is push lanes, farm more, and fight less. The number one mistake you can make is missing waves, because you're missing free money. It's just the game. You have to push waves to make money and apply map pressure. Of course, after you push a wave, you can do a lot of things. You can harass the enemy, you can take objectives, you can take towers, you can steal their jungle, you can farm your jungle, or you can fight. Sometimes you do want to fight, because your character's strong at it. I don't know, maybe you're playing Abrams, your character is pretty strong after lane phase, let's just say that. And you want to cause fights, so the rest of your team can farm more, or like apply map pressure. Yeah. But my best recommendation for new players is to not fight too much. Regardless, this is gonna actually transfer into the higher ranks as well. People don't fight way too much. They fight when it's accounted for. You should definitely focus more on farming than fighting. Alright, let's move on to the next slide. The less you fight, the stronger you become. Fighting is fun. Everyone wants to fight in this game because it is fun. Team fighting is fun. Using your character's abilities is fun. But if you always fight, you'll be weak. And if you're weak, you die, and then that's not fun. So how do we make fighting fun? You have to farm. If you farm, you get stronger, and then if you're stronger, you kill more people and you die less. That is what makes you stronger. Yeah, of course, the best reason to fight is to get objectives. And if you kill someone, you kill the entire team, and for some reason you don't get any objectives, it's not worth. So if you wipe the team and you don't push a wave and you don't like take the enemy walker or take mid boss, it's not worth. You just wasted your time, you risked the game. Let's move on. As you can see, as you can see, okay. As you can see, if you stop these two cats from fighting, they have stonks. It's more money. It's worth. Because they're farming, probably. So, since this is a guide for new players, kind of, the best way to learn this game, in my opinion, is to play 2 or 3 characters that you like. That's like the main thing. You find 2 or 3 characters that you like, maybe 1. If you can find 1, awesome. I'm the type of guy that can't really play 1 character in any game. I have to play more. It gets boring. It gets so boring to play only 1 character. But yeah, the number 1 thing here is to actually have fun. If you're not having fun, it's not worth it. But this video is to help you have fun in this game. Because if you're losing fights, it's not fun. How are you gonna have fun if you're just dying and just being a victim in-game? It's not fun. Number 3, don't care about winning. In the past, in different games, I would care so much about winning. I'd go like, I don't know, maybe I was 20-0 in that game, and I lost, and I'm like, oh my god, my team is so bad. But the truth is, it really doesn't matter. It's just numbers on the screen. If you have fun, that's what matters. So, how are you going to decide who you're going to play? Who you like playing? Well, maybe you want to play the funny green guy, because he's funny and green. He's so overpowered, in my opinion. Maybe you want to play the funny blue guy, because he's funny and blue. Maybe you want to play the funny, sexy vampire lady that has an even funnier custom skin on the right here, because you really like personality, you know? She has a very big personality, and you know that's funny, right? Yeah, 100%. And yeah, maybe now you figured out what character you want to play. By the way, definitely, uh if you want to enjoy this game more, I highly recommend modding. Just like some skins. I made my Haze a freaking clone trooper from Star Wars. So yeah, that's something. All right, let's get into laning. Just a quick overview. The main objective of laning is to like take the enemy's tower. Of course, you can't really do that without pushing minions. So, when you first go into the lane, the wave is not going to be there. There's not going to be any minions. It's just you and the enemies. And there you can just chill. You can harass if you think you can like get a good trade. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just don't die somehow. Don't like force a big fight and just all in and die. Uh, so yeah, you should primarily just push minions in lane, and then after you push, you look to harass. Uh, because minions do a lot of damage, and if you like step in front of your minions and you harass the enemy minions are actually gonna screw you over so much. They do so much damage early game, it's insane. Next, don't gank if you didn't fully push out a wave. This does happen a lot. Not too much, but I see it happen. It's just basic macro, to be fair. People want to gank their teammates. People want to like be helpful, but what they don't realize is if they don't push out a wave with their lane partner, so there's 2-2-2 lane splits. If they don't push out a wave with their lane partner and they leave, the enemy might just take the entire tower. So if you leave your partner, he's left 1v2. That's already tough because yeah, there's two characters, he's one. Early game, you're not strong. You can't farm. You can't 1v2 for the most part. And yeah, that can really just screw your partner over, screw your lane partner over. So yeah, just make sure you push out a wave. If you want to gank, push out a wave really fast and then go to gank, because that's like the biggest free timer you can get. But yeah, you also like wanna farm jungle camps in between waves, and you want to farm those boxes and stuff. But yeah, also spend your money. This is really important. This happens to me as well. Like sometimes I want to grade for a 1600 item for a 2400 item. But yeah, for the most part, buying those 800 items as soon as you can, it is really worth it. It spikes you so hard, and yeah, you just get damage for the most part. And yeah, the last thing, buy damage if you're winning or if you're even. Not if you're behind. If you're behind, we'll get to that. But yeah, if you're winning lane, buy damage. Why not? Unless you like need to buy HP for your core or something. The truth is, you cannot win every lane. So how do you mitigate your lane losses? Because this game is kind of rock paper scissors. There's counters to a lot of stuff. Number one, healing right. Thing with healing right is it's really good, but you kind of can't interact with anyone for like 20-30 seconds. I don't know how long it lasts. But yeah, if you get hit by one damage from the enemy, you can get hit by creeps, minions, and stuff, but you cannot get hit by the enemy player. If you get hit, you're screwed. Your healing art is useless. Which is why you want to consider regeneration booster. It just gives you passive regeneration, lets you stay there longer. Of course, if you can, you want to kill the enemy healer minion and keep yours alive. Now, that's not really, like, you can't keep yours alive. You don't want to tank for or anything. But yeah, you want to, like, maybe pressure the enemy off your healing minion, but that's, like, different stuff. The number one thing, if you're losing lane, is do not die and do not go back to base. Because if you die, you're missing waves, you're missing money, so much money. And if you go back to base, you're screwed. You just, it's just like dying. You just fall so far behind. So this is why you get these two items. There's also more items like restorative shot, but yeah, that's like, I wouldn't recommend that to new players, definitely. So items in this game are really overwhelming, to be fair. This is why you want to focus on pre-made builds. You definitely don't want to build random stuff. you want to go to the build searcher and find a build in the top 10 daily builds that you like. Some really good players whose builds you might find are Bud, Zergy, Deathy, and Ado. Recently I've been using Ado's Mina build. It's really good. It's really fun. It's really simple. The reason it's simple is because you don't have to think. Most popular builds are left to right, so it's not overwhelming. You don't, for the most part, you don't even have to know what your item is doing, unless it's active. Of course, it's better to know what your items are doing, but if you're new and you're getting overwhelmed by everything, calm down, it's fine. Just follow the build, it's gonna be okay. Of course, if you're new, you shouldn't buy too many active items until you get better. Maybe you should start off with like 1 or 2. And if you're trying a new character, do not find a build in-game, you're just gonna screw yourself. Maybe you're gonna find a build that you don't fully understand. Just find the build before you queue up. It's gonna be easier, less stressful. Maybe like read what the items do. That's how you like get introduced to it. So the last thing we're gonna cover is objectives. Again, push wave first, then go for objectives. You want map pressure. If the enemy fights you with when you push their wave, and it's like already on their side, even if they win, they have to de-push those waves, or they're gonna lose their towers. So yeah, and the last thing is communicate with your team, only if you want to, of course. Yeah, that's it for the quick rundown. Thank you for sitting through it all, if you did. And yeah, if you want, you can follow my Twitch channel, Sansar1x, or you can like and sub on YouTube if you enjoyed the video. And that's it. Yeah, pretty much. See ya. Bye-bye.